Hey everybody, this is Rustin Rose of Metalholic and the Examiner. We're here with Phil Bozeman of Whitechapel. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good.
It's good. It's good to see you again. Last time I spoke with you was when we were doing Mayhem here last year, which was an awesome show. As a matter of fact, I wanted to ask you because that's such a huge tour for you. It's the second time you guys have done it, but looking back at that tour, because it was so huge with Slayer and Slipknot and everything, what were some of the high points and low points of that for you?
I would say the high points definitely is just touring with Slipknot, because I mean that's something that's not going to probably be relevant in the next 5 years or so, because they're so flip-floppy.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you feel like they're done, and then you feel like they come back, and then you feel like they're done again. So you never know whenever they're actually just going to stop and just leave their legacy behind. But that was definitely a high point, being able to get a chance to tour with them and see them for however many days it was, almost 40 days. Slayer, another one that's the second time we toured with them. I mean, it's another timeless band that, you never know how long they're going to go either. I mean, they've been going strong for the past, 25, almost 30 years, I guess that's how long it's been. But they're an older band too. You don't know how long you can do it once you get to a certain age. But
well, now we've lost Jeff. Dave's not in the band anymore.
Yeah. It's I guess Gary Holt from Exodus is filling in. I mean, he does a great job.
Right.
I mean, but still, it's like Jeff Hanneman is, he is a part of Slayer. It's like, losing that key member. It's like those. It's been those four for so long that it's hard to imagine with someone else. But low points, I would say probably just missing home. Just typical tour stuff. Just missing home, and about 4.5 weeks or 5 weeks of it, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go home and get some R&R. That tour is the best tour we've ever done, hands down. No matter what tour we've ever done. No offense to any fans in any places or anything, but as far as the business side of it goes, it's the best tour we've ever done.
Nice. So we have to talk about it because it's October. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Where do you stand on the breasts?
I love them. My girlfriend's got them, and I like them. But cancer, yeah, I'm definitely pretty familiar with it, just because my grandfather has lung cancer, and he's kind of, I guess, in more like a terminal situation, and it's eventually going to get him. But he's lived a good life and everything, and it's terrible. I hate it, but it's cancer's been it's like the 80s for AIDS. It's like that's the new disease that's killing so many people. It's almost like it's breeding more and more and more, and just getting a bunch of different people. But yeah, I mean, as far as boobs go, love them. I hope no woman ever gets breast cancer, because you don't want to lose those for men's sake, and just having cancer. Obviously, having cancer just sucks. But us men don't want women to lose your boobs.
It's fun to joke about and everything, but it is such a serious thing.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
And sort of segueing, nice little segue there. I see you switched to vaping now.
Yeah.
So you were talking about the lung cancer in the family and everything. Is that part of what made you switch, or?
It had a big part in it. Finding out that my grandfather had lung cancer. My grandmother on my dad's side, she smoked from like a chimney for years and years and years, and she eventually died from lung cancer too. And then my grandfather had it, and a lot of people in my family smoked too. And, in the South, it's kind of like it's a pretty big thing. So,
right.
And just all over the world, it's a pretty dominant thing in the South. But yeah, I heard about it, and I didn't know it got as technical as this little device right here. But I looked into it, and got in touch with this company called Mount Baker Vapor out of Bellingham, Washington. And yeah, we've been working together for the past 2 months now, and it's great. I mean, it still sucks for the first couple of weeks whenever you quit, but it's definitely, I can feel the repercussions of it. It's definitely worth it. If you're wanting to quit, then you can actually set your mind to it and you can actually quit. It's a great alternative.
Nice. you sporting this week?
Right now I have like a strawberry like milkshake kind of flavor. It's called Moon Juice, and it's one of my favorites so far. I mean, they have probably over 100 flavors. So
right.
It's definitely one of my favorites that I've tried now. He gives me all kinds of juice to try out, just find out what I like. And that's the great thing about that gummy. Like I said, I already feel better, and you know, I don't have any desire anymore. So
is it spread throughout the band and the family? Everybody's in on it, or still got some holdouts?
It's more or less enjoyable just because it's you know, years back, you know, smoking was, if someone didn't smoke, they didn't care to do it at all. But there's people that have never smoked in their life. They try it and they're like, wow, I really like this. And it's becoming a hobby for some people that never smoked in their life. But yeah, like our tour manager Luke, he has a vaporizer now, and our guitar player Zach and our guitar player Ben, they both have the same exact device right here.
Nice.
So yeah, it's spreading too. My brother-in-law and my sister are vaping now. They've been smoking longer than me, and now they're doing it and trying to quit. So
nice not to have all the clothes smell on top of it, right?
Yeah, so. I mean, I still miss it though. I mean, it's going to be a fight to actually never touch it again.
Right. Well, my girl vapes, and every once in a while she'll go out and sneak a cigarette once in a blue moon just to remind herself. So, yeah. But let's talk music. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
You guys just got back from doing the European tour. You guys went into the studio. What can you tell us about your upcoming 5th album? What have you gotten done so far? What can we look forward to?
Right now, I think we have like one song left on guitar to do, and then we have like bass tracks to lay down. We had to push back our recording date because we weren't quite ready yet.
Right.
We were just doing some finishing touches, and now we just have, like I said, one song for guitars and bass, and then, you know, bass tracks, and then vocals, obviously, and then that's pretty much it. But yeah, we have all new songs. Every song's done now. We just have to do the professional recording side of it.
Right.
We'll be doing that after we get back from this tour.
Nice. Anything you can share with us? Any particular songs you've completed that you can share a title with, or is it all still under the hat?
Honestly, I have no titles. There is a working album title. Obviously, I can't say that yet, but I mean, honestly, there's really nothing that we have prepared to show yet. But it will probably release. The only information I can really give is the release. It'll probably be spring, summer. Yeah.
So, well, I'm going to assume then, since there's not even one song title you can cough up, that means we're not going to hear any new music on this tour?
No. There's no new songs that we're playing yet. We got back from Europe, and we had so much time off that I really don't understand how we didn't play any of the songs that we haven't played off the self-titled album. We're trying to get that in order, but when we get home, we really just kind of like throw this life away while we're home and just try to focus on what's at home.
Right.
And then we just kind of lose track sometimes, and you know, we want to spend time with our families and just forget about even being in a band. But not that it's terrible, it's just, you know, it's kind of like work. Whenever you come home from work, the last thing you want to do is do something for work.
You got to have time to decompress. So now Zach said that you guys wanted this, I want to make sure I get it right. He said you wanted this album to sound a little bit more acute and abrasive, I think is what he said.
Yeah, our last album was, I feel like it was pretty aggressive. I will say that this album is more, I guess, dark sounding, even darker than the last album. We usually use that for every album as far as like explaining how it sounds, but this one really is, it's just all over the spectrum again. It's not the same type of like sound the whole way through the album. There's melodic stuff, there's really heavy stuff, there's a lot of dark stuff, just sound-wise, and it's a lot of our newer albums that we've been coming out with have riffs in them that we've like God, probably like 6 years ago almost. Like, we have so much material compiled up that we can fall back on stuff and actually, oh, we can use that here. Because we'll write a good riff, but if it doesn't fit in a song structure, it's like, it's a bummer that we can't use it. But yeah, I would say that his explanation on the album is that's definitely what we went for and what came out. So we're all very pleased with it.
Nice. Now Ben has been in the band a couple years now. You've had time to gel together, tour together. This will be the second studio album. How has his presence impacted the band?
Very well. We have just sounded better than we ever have. He can play the parts perfectly. We never have to worry if he's going to miss something, or, I mean, every drummer screws up, but, you know, you're never going to be perfect unless you're Thomas from Chicago. But, no, he, you know, like I said, every drummer's going to mess up, but this is the strongest we've ever been. This is the, I guess, like, in your mind, like when you're on stage, if you have a certain musician in the band that's you're kind of worried about sometimes,
right.
We don't have that at all anymore. I don't have to ever worry about him getting off time, and even if he does, he picks it right back up. He can fix it instantly because we do play to a click track,
right.
And that keeps us on time. And even if he gets off, he can just shut it off and just play it naturally, and like his life is like we are still playing to it. So it's world's difference for sure. Our previous drummer, Kevin Lane, just he had personal stuff going on,
right.
And you know, it just didn't work out, and you know, it just worked out the way that it did, and you know, it worked out great for us. But you know, we still love the dude, and wish we could have kept him because he was just such a good fit. But you know, Ben is he's a great fit for the band. He fits with us emotionally, band wise. You know, start how we act off stage. You know, he just fits into the group.
And so you guys are out right now on tour with Gwar, and a band of orcs opening up. That's a pretty wild show. What's it like to be out on such an eclectic tour?
Yeah. It's definitely a tour that's new to us as far as the theme that's going on. Gwar has been around since like the 80s, and I remember seeing him for the first time on, I heard about him through Beavis and Butthead, because that was like one of the biggest, like the bands that they loved.
Right.
And I watched them, you know, I was young at the time too. I was I'd say about 11, 12 years old at the time, and it was just crazy, you know. I mean, back then, you don't understand that those costumes are, it's like you know that they're fake, but you don't register that in your head when you're a young kid. It scares you.
Right.
And it's crazy to know that, like, they're still going today. It's insane. It's a big commitment too, for sure. You know, you have to have that mindset to actually keep going for that long, and you know, they know how to make it work, and it's crazy to be a part of it, because I remember seeing them, never thinking in a million years I would be in a band and like go around the world with them, or around America or whatever.
Right.
But
yeah,
it's crazy.
They're coming up on 30 years, and they're getting ready to celebrate that to do a covers album, which leads me to my next question. A lot of bands sort of do that for fun, or you know, put something out there for the fans. Have you guys considered like doing a covers EP or anything like that?
We've maybe mentioned it. Not that I really remember too much, but I would love to. I would love to cover some songs just to do it, because cover songs are always fun to do.
Right.
Especially to do stuff that people wouldn't expect you to do.
Right.
But I would love to, just to have fun. You know, just get away from the stress of writing and putting together an album. It would just be fun just to learn a song that's already there and just, you know, put it out as like a metal version of whatever song you want to do.
So speaking of which then, because we know how much you love seeing Slipknot and playing with them every night, if you guys ever covered a Slipknot song, what track do you think you'd pick?
We'd have to pick a track that would fit us. I would say probably pretty much anything off Iowa, because that album was just so angry. Probably People Equal Shit, or probably sick or something like that. I would say that probably fit us pretty well.
Nice. So before we get out of here, the pointless question of the week. If Whitechapel could appear on any television show, either as characters or as yourselves, what show might you guys want to be on? What series?
This is probably be kind of cliche to say, but probably Breaking Bad, but obviously it's over. So I was never really gave it a chance. I never really tried to watch it. And then our guitar tech was telling me, he's like, man, you got to watch it. It literally is the best show I've ever watched in my life. So I just went home and watched it on Netflix, and you know, I got through the first season. The first season was kind of not rough to get through, but it was just very slow. And then once I got through all the Netflix stuff, I went back and watched all the stuff on the internet to catch up to the final episode. I caught up just in time. It was the day before it was about to air. I watched the last episode of the last season, and then I watched the finale, and it's probably the best show I've ever seen. So I would say that Gabe would probably pick like Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm, or you know, I mean, we're not really TV show people. I'm not. I don't really watch TV shows too much as far as like keeping up with them, but yeah, I would definitely say for me it'd be Breaking Bad.
Nice. Phil Bozeman, Whitechapel, here in Boise tonight, out on tour with Gwar. Thanks so much for taking the time, brother.
Yeah, no problem.